Okay, so we are live with episode number 4 for live from Redmond with Data Jazzers, and as probably most of you can see, we have a new co-host today from Redmond. So Jay's on his paternity leave, I think, or just doing a vacation, and Amanda is today with us from Redmond. Amanda, hi, nice to have you.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I'm very excited to fill in for Jay. It's big shoes, so hopefully I do all right.
We didn't see you for a long time. All of us which are in the Power BI from the beginning, remember you from every month videos,
Yes,
Power BI releases, and we are missing you. Where are the videos?
Where are the videos? I mean, there are still videos being made, not by me anymore, but they're definitely being made. I guess you could say that I need to. There's more and more work happening on the product, so I got to focus on that kind of stuff and making sure that we're building the right stuff and building it in the right way for customers. So trying to focus on the value of the product itself a little bit more, because those videos take a lot of work. So now we have people who actually know what they're doing, building them out versus me just winging it.
Yeah, thanks from my side. Also, welcome, and it's great to have you as a co-host for this episode. And thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I think this is the first episode that let's say Power BI is not in the first plan. So we know all this excitement happening around Build and Fabric, Microsoft Fabric public preview announcement, but still. We expect, like every month, we expect some cool new features in Power BI. So maybe you can introduce us a little bit to this May feature summary, because we still didn't see the official blog.
Yeah, it's coming out for one. So I know there's been some questions on Twitter. It is coming out. We typically do around conference time, we usually hold the release to be at or shortly after the big conference. And so this one was, of course, waiting for Build. So we wanted to make sure Build had the spotlight first and all of the announcements around Fabric and Copilot as part of that. So now that, that is wrapping up, we are having the May release go live. It should be any day now at this point. So this will be a little bit of a spoiler alert, but there are lots of really great features coming out as part of May. We have things like improvements to our on-object experience. Azure Maps is going to become generally available. We also have a very, which Miguel is here up for, a very exciting feature around measure-driven data labels. So lots of really cool features are going to be announced any day.
Awesome. Yeah.
And Miguel, welcome. So just... Nice to have you here, and you already were our guest in Data Jazzers, and back then we were discussing that we will invite you as soon as you start shipping those additional things, and we kept our promise. So can you tell us about this month release? What's in from your team?
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me, and hello everyone that is seeing us. I am really excited to show you. Let me just share my screen so then you can see what I'm so excited. Sure, I hope everybody can see. Just let me know if this is working.
You need to edit to a StreamYard, and then we'll edit to
just a second
to a stream.
We are also excited to see what you prepared.
All right. I don't know if this is showing, but I will try again. And okay, I think I got it. All right. It's supposed to work now, right?
Yes.
Yep. We see it.
All right. Sorry for the technical
No worries.
Problems. All right. So this month you're going to see measure-driven data labels. Measure-driven data labels it was a request for the longest time from the whole community. regarding the fact that sometimes when people turn on the labels, like in this case, I go in my format pane, I can just focus on my data labels. Let me collapse this one. So this is the data labels section. When I turn them off, I can see them or hide them. And these data labels is always tied to the secondary axis. Many users for the longest time, they were asking if there is a way to change these labels for something else. So we heard that request, and that's what we are doing for this for this month update. And you're gonna see in the data labels in the value section some kind of custom label. So this thing is gonna allow you to drag any other value or measure that can replace the default one that we display. One good example is the one that I have in the middle, where I actually use the same as my primary axis. And now instead of having the values, I'm using them and making my visualization more like static. I can even turn off the secondary axis, in this case the the x-axis, and I can make it more like infographic, some kind of like nice looking visual. Or I can create a measure, like in this case I did this like simple measure here, called new label, and I just concatenate the values from my series, and I added the values of the labels, and then I put it inside of the new labels, and that's what I can see here. So if I open up, you can see that I have my measure, and now it's replacing it. So this is exactly what we are giving you for you to try. The idea, this is a teaser. This is not something that is going to stay like this for 2 months, for a long period of time. We have already a plan, a solid plan on many more improvements for labels. And we want you to see how this works, to give us feedback. So then when the major improvement comes in place, then you're already prepared of what is coming, because it's going to be huge for data labels. This is just like a baby, if you want to call it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome. I have use case today for this.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Today I was struggling with something similar. So yeah, if this is baby, I can't wait to see the adult.
Yeah, no, this is nothing. This is just like, all right, look, just try it, because we are going to overwhelm you on the new features that data labels are going to be able, or are going to be capable to provide you.
Be careful
Yeah.
with promises.
Oh, yeah.
Miguel's gonna meet those for sure. Those promises. You should see his entire plan for what he's gonna do for the visualization space. It's amazing. It's mind blowing, honestly.
That looks fantastic, and I know. Yeah. Okay. We have Inyai says that you have the best job, and like Power BI Santa. Yeah. Even if it's not Christmas time, but still this is like a Santa. And I saw, for example, you know Jeff, a guy from New Zealand. He's Jeff Weir.
Yeah.
He's very active on Twitter, and I know that he was eagerly awaiting for this feature for years. And I saw him today, tweeting about that, and probably he sleeps now, but yeah. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
he's part of the community representatives, and he was a huge advocate, reviewing everything and checking that everything was in a good shape before launching this live this month. So I like kudos for him and many other members of the team on doing this work as a collaboration.
Yeah, can you give us a little hint what is coming in terms of measure-driven data labels? Not exact details of the feature, but what can we expect in the next few months?
Yeah, I can give you just like some kind of hints. So we have like a long vision roadmap, and as you can see, this is the label improvements roadmap. So we have the quick win, which is not a major milestone in labels, which is the measure-driven data labels. However, the really milestone is coming in the next months, and that one will allow you to have multiple labels, like levels of measures. You can use the value that comes by default, but as well you can use another ones below or beside. If you have a bar chart, in my case, so if I go back to Power BI, This is a bar chart. So if I have one label and the other one below the first one, it will be so hard for the bar chart to display it. So we are gonna give you layouts. So you can select if you want the labels to be vertical aligned or horizontally aligned. So then it will look more like something like this.
Hmm.
You will solve so much problems with those kind of things. So at least so much of those workarounds that all of us did throughout the years.
Yes. So that's one thing. The other thing that we are doing, and that's why this one is a baby, is because as you can see, I have my series here. I removed the labels and now I have this text. But when I hover, when I see the title, like there is no legend even saying that this is actually the series name. And if you're using percentage, uh, the user, the report designer has to come here in the subtitle or somewhere else saying that the label means percentage of growth or whatever. Otherwise, the final users won't have any understanding what is that percentage exactly or what does that mean. With the new data label improvements, the subtitle will catch up that information and the tooltips will display it as well. So then you can see if you're adding multiple labels, you can see what actually is. Another beautiful thing about these improvements is that you can customize them separately. So you can make one label have a shape and
Hmm.
change the color based on conditional formatting, and the other one to be just like larger or darker or any other color compared to the other one. And
Uh-huh.
you
So
can
you
have
you format them completely separately.
yes, so they belong to the same data point
Hmm.
because you can drag multiple labels in one data point, but then you can specify for that particular label you want to have different rules than the other ones. They won't look the same.
Hmm.
So if I go back to my Power BI file, you can see that by using a DAX measure, I was capable to bring my category and my value, but then I am not capable to make the category bold or change the color. Everything it goes the same
Hmm.
format. So with this new improvement that is coming in few more months, then you will be able to do that, and then you can use DAX to even hide them or show them when it's required or when it's needed. So that's why this is like this is the major stuff, and there is a lot of things that are gonna be added in the format pane that it will change the game entirely of what we're gonna do later on for Axis, for Legend, for small multiples, and many other components. So the work that I'm gonna show you in a bit about the new car visual and this work that is coming for labels is the foundation from what you're gonna now to expect from now on.
Awesome. Awesome.
Great. Did you mention a new card visual, or did we hear it wrongly?
No, the new car visual is coming like in few more months as well, like really soon. Um, I can show you a little bit about it. Let me open up this one. So this is the one. What I did here is I create multiple styles, so then you can see all the possibilities that you have. This visual, I'm just gonna click in this one, is one single visual. So I just bring all my KPIs. I put them in the data in the data field well, and I can even add more KPIs if that's what I want. And that is going to add into my card. And this is so cool because we don't need to come out like create so many cards and place them and then try to align them. All of them are inside of this container. And the amount of freedom that we're going to give you to customize them is incredible. So you can see here that people are going to be able to change specific cars and then change them. As you can see, I use these two cars in and add an image. I make the background gray or green and blue in comparison with the rest of my callout cards that I have at the right side. So the title one here is these opportunities, then the title two is this revenue. And you can see here as well, we are adding a new option called accent bar, which is this bar that you can move to the left, to the top, to the right, and it can even change according to like parameters, you can make a change. If something is wrong, then you can make this accent bar to turn red or wherever you need. The one of the issues we had in the past as well with the image for buttons, for example, and we are fixing those things too, is that people sometimes they want to add images, or they want to add an URL, or maybe they want to have a CVG image. And now people are going to be able to even add some kind of charts if they use SVGs, or they can make GIFs, animated GIFs that can be in the inside of the card, and then they can change their location too. So that's one of the things that we are doing. This one is another one. We have the field where people can change, but as well, this field can add like we can add transparency. But the image that I am putting like in the background won't change. So you can have like transparent PNG images, and when you move the field, those images will continue staying still. You can change that transparency to independent, like by independent control. They are not tied anymore, like what happens with the buttons. Other things that we are doing for the card that is really new is the fact that we have glow and shadow. So glow and shadow is almost like a replica, and users with that can create effects like this, like they can make. Let me see. Let me change this one so then it goes back, because this is a preview. So here we can have some kind of like a reflection at the top right and a shadow at the bottom. I'm sorry, like a glow in the top left and then shadow in the bottom right, and they can come up with the really cool like a style.
Yeah, looks amazing. Yeah, like buttons. Yeah.
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 So this is basically what we are doing here. I'm showing you as well. You can use like a dark mode, and all those features can accommodate really beautifully with this new card. There is a ton of format controls that we never had before. One of them people were asking was, I want to change the alignment of my text. So now we can change the alignment. We can, like here, we can make them all centered, or all left, all right. So I'm gonna just select all, and then we can see. So you can see how these ones are moving and changing the location. But I can just select one. I can say, like this one, opportunities open. I want to be right aligned. So you have full control on the cards and the look and feel. That's basically the new card
I cannot
visual.
tell you how many times users were requesting us, can you just align it to the right, please?
Yeah.
I have to ask you something, because I'm a performance freak. This is one visual, right? So does this 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 8 KPIs generate one query or 8 queries?
One.
Yeah.
One code.
Yes. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's also important. Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
very important for sure.
Something else that we are doing is these new display units. And when you go to custom, you're going to have this format code. And you can like control the format by each card. So if I want this one to have like a $, I can just type the code, and automatically will catch up and do those changes for me. And I can even make that custom dynamic. So imagine that we have field parameters, and then you have parameters that change from dollars to percentage to values to text. And it's so hard to manage the format depending what is selected from the field parameters. So with this new FX option with format code, you can control entirely how you want to see those formats, one like measure by measure. As you can see as well, we have, if I go back to auto, we have these value decimal places. And if you notice, now you can make the decimal places change based on condition formatting parameters. And that's really, yeah,
okay,
that this is powerful in many ways. Before it was so difficult to keep always the decimal places like static. So now you have full control as well. And we have show blank as. We saw many images where people were like showing us their reports and they were seeing blank, blank, blank everywhere. And it was annoying, and people have to write DAX and they have to do some tweaks in order to really make it a little bit more nicer. And now we have this show blank as. You can make any text in case that these cards get blank, and you can do this for all of them or for individual cards.
Oh, cool.
Eh,
That's cool.
And then you can apply condition formatting as well if you want some kind of text to be dynamic.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing.
So
I'm just still looking at it and thinking of, I don't know, hundreds of scenarios where this will save us and save us a ton of time, thinking of workarounds, building visuals over visuals, layering those kind of things, and
Yeah.
all the magic people did in the past. This will save us. I think, Miguel, you and your team are doing amazing job.
Yeah, you
Nice.
mentioned the like workarounds and stuff. Miguel is honestly a master of all of those workarounds. I mean, he's been building like beautiful, gorgeous reports for like years that honestly required so many like workarounds and hacks to produce. So I love that he's now actually building those features into the product that he was having to make hacks for before. He's like the right person to make sure that we have the right visual features in our product.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that will make our life easier. Definitely.
Yeah, so I'm so glad I'm as happy as you, because I'm still sometimes designing some reports, and for me to have this is so good. Yeah, so here is another one. Images, we can move it to the top. If you want to change the style, if you can move it into the bottom or to the right side. And like the sky is the limit here. Like, we don't need to overlap shapes and then put images beside, and then none of that is going to be required anymore. We can do all of those things inside of one single container. Something else that we are doing is the shape. So shape has this new control where we have three types of shape: rectangular, rectangle, rounded, and snipped. So if I select snipped, you can see that there is this corners
Okay.
here.
Uh-huh.
And ignore this accent bar. This is going to be fixed. So basically, this is going to be until here. So this other part that is like outside won't happen. So you won't see that. But this is something new. You can go into the customized style, and then you can turn on that one, and then you can control the snip for each individual corner. So I can make my shape like look like this.
Yeah. I don't know what to say.
We have some very exciting months coming up.
I think so. Looking at this, I think this is the biggest change that happened to visual part of Power BI for a long time. And it looks awesome. As you see, both Nicola and myself, we are out of questions just looking at it and thinking of all the potential it has.
Everything goes through my head now. So all these reports. Yeah, that's really, as you said, the sky is the limit. So yeah, basically, yeah, it's just now about creativity, not being limited with anything. So yeah,
that's correct. So here's another shape. I'm making the two corners rounded and the bottom squared. Before, in the button, with the button shape, we have like predefined shapes, and you had to work around them. With this new approach, now you have control to create even more shapes just by playing with individual corners. And this is important to mention, but the car visual, we wanted to start because this is one of the most used visuals, but it was one of the most easiest ones that we can use as a foundation component for the rest of the visuals. So if you find the card really excited and so powerful, this is just like an introduction of what is coming.
Yes,
and
we
this,
do.
and this applies to the labels. The labels is huge, and you have no idea how much freedom we're going to give you.
I think as Data Jazzers live from Redmond conception is that we each and every month present the most interesting feature. I think, Miguel, you could hijack entire episode still for a long time now with all those announcements.
So that's basically what I wanted to share with you.
That's amazing. That's amazing, and I'm sure that everyone else in the community will be
That's
as excited
really
as we.
good
I'm
stuff.
sure. Yeah. So when can we expect? So we asked you that in January.
And
You kept your promise. So when can we expect the next wave of excitement in terms of data visualization? So new card visual and stuff like that. Approximately, of course, not.
In a few more months.
Okay.
It can happen next month. It can happen the following month. But we are working hard to get it done and give you this feature. By the way, the card visual is going to be preview. So you need to go into the options and settings, then go to options, and then previews, features or preview features, and then you have to check mark one of those boxes, and then you'll see the new car visual logo in the gallery, in the visuals gallery panel. That's what you need to do until we reach milestone 4 or 3 for car visual. This is just the milestone 0. This is the basic. Imagine that when we go to the milestone 1 and 2, then the visual is going to be so powerful. Then the car visual that we have, the multi-row card and the KPI card, won't be useful anymore. So it will look.
That's what I wanted to ask you next, but you came earlier to that. So what happens with current visuals?
They will
be retired, or
they will retire. They deserve some time off and then you stay in our memories.
Rest in peace.
I agree.
Yeah. However, people should not be afraid that maybe the reports that they have, multi-row cards or KPI cards or the car visual, will break. They will continue functioning as they function right now, but they won't see it in the gallery anymore. They can upgrade those visualizations with the new card, and then they can take advantage of these features or capabilities.
Yeah, but backward compatibility will still work, right?
Yeah, completely. So nothing is going to be broken.
That's also good. That's also good.
Yeah, that's always anytime we start rolling out new features, that's very key to us to make sure that nothing breaks, especially on reports. People notice if something moves like a pixel. Well, they let us know if something moved a pixel over. So we try to be very cautious with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Just reading Arthur's comment. So as said, we replaced release videos for him, and even this month we brought Amanda back as in a good old time. So we have a great release video.
Very nostalgia.
With all the announcements Miguel said, so Amanda, one question for you. We still didn't ask you, what's your number one missing feature in Power BI?
It's so hard. There's so many things I can't wait for us to do in the product. I think for me, what I'm excited for us to eventually do is get the shape map capabilities out of preview. It still pains me that that's in the preview dialog for so long anytime someone brings it up. And it is on our roadmap for maps to have that be like a GA capability within Azure Maps, which is GAing this month, as you'll see in the release blog as well. Eventually, we'll bring shape map capabilities to that. And that's to me is the missing thing right now, is getting those capabilities out of preview. Finally get that option removed from the preview list.
Okay, so geo stuff. Cool. Thanks. So guys, we are almost on time. So that was amazing for me. Never the time never went faster. Augustine, I don't know for you, but
I try to keep my mouth shut because with all the things Miguel showed, so it was amazing. And thank you, Miguel, and your entire team for great work. Thank you, Amanda, for replacing Jay, and you did a great job. So maybe Jay's job is in jeopardy here.
Yeah, maybe we will hire you instead of him.
It was a real fun having this talk with you both, and we are really looking forward for upcoming ones. Whenever this comes, Miguel, be sure Twitter will be burning with all the comments coming from visuals.
All right. I am always listening to the community. Always, please, if you use LinkedIn or Twitter, use the hashtag PBI Core Visuals. Any questions, any suggestions, anything you have, just put it there. I'm reading everything, answering everything I can. And most importantly, I'm capturing every single comment, classifying them, and making sure that when we do the enhancements or those improvements, they are considered. Like, this is the time when you can share your opinions and participate.
That's the most important message, I would say. And yeah, this one, Power BI
This one.
Core Visuals.
You use that one wherever you can, so you can make Miguel's job easier with right feedback and comments.
Easier.
Yeah, there's a big quotes around that.
You know how community works. We always put you in front of you easy tasks and requests.
Yeah. No, it's my pleasure.
Yeah, and yeah, you see, the community recognizes your effort. So yeah, we are all grateful for the effort of you and your team as well. Yeah.
Thank you very much, and have a nice day. And we are looking forward to all the upcoming things. And for all you watching us, see you next month with 2 episodes, regular Data Jazzers and live from Redmond, whenever we have next release. See what's in. Thank you
Thank you,
both,
everyone.
and
Thank you.
see you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.